We asked 99% of them. I was just gonna...
Oh no, that's the cinnamon. That was way off.
We're rolling, right? We got that? Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Isabel Sitzema. I am here with Jim Gamble, our Dean of Students here at Grace Christian University. Today we're going to be trying some teas while we're going to talk about the transition of high school to college. We have 5 teas to try here. But tell me more about your job. What is it to be a Dean of Students?
Yeah, so as the Dean of Students, I work in our Student Affairs office. And so I deal with a lot of different student issues. I suppose the big one that stands out is often the disciplinary issue. I get to deal with students when they make mistakes or poor decisions sometimes. But I also work with all of our students through student leaders. I work with our resident directors and our RAs and our student government. Just want to make sure that this is a place where our student leaders can claim a gospel-centered environment where they will thrive.
So you talked about discipline a little bit. What does that look like when students mess up academically or spiritually here at Grace?
Yeah. That is not something to be afraid of, in my opinion. I think the college environment is a perfect place to make mistakes. I like to approach it as a learning laboratory, where when you do things, you should be able to learn from them. We want students to fail forward. We want this to be a place where if you do make those mistakes, there's somebody, either on staff or another student leader, who can walk alongside you and help you make meaning out of those mistakes. So a student might make mistakes academically. They get behind. We have a Student Success Center here that reaches out to students and tries to provide resources so that those students who maybe have gotten behind, missed a class or 2 or 7, and are finding their classes overwhelming, we have a Student Success Center that helps students catch up with that. I myself also help students with things like time management, because there are a lot of things that you need to learn to become the person that you're going to be in your college environment. And so our goal is to make this a safe place to fail and make sure that you have a soft landing when you do fail and that you can make meaning out of it. And so mistakes to me are not something that a college student should be afraid of. I would like them to be willing to make more mistakes.
And I enjoyed how you said fall forward as well. And you mentioned a little bit about faith. How can students stay rooted in their faith here at Grace when routines and structures fall away?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was talking to somebody not that long ago who was concerned about the college environment and how so many students, when they go off to college, they lose their faith. Our mission at Grace Christian University is to graduate courageous ambassadors who make an eternal impact everywhere they go. And so the last thing we want is for anybody to decline in their relationship with God and in their faith in Jesus Christ. And so a lot of students come to Grace with routines that have been established in their household, the household in which they grew up, the church that they grew up attending. They have these routines, going to youth group, going to church every Sunday. It's our hope that students, when they arrive at Grace, they're going to want to continue those things. Yeah. But there's not necessarily somebody here who's able to hold their hand and drag them to church every Sunday. So we have things worked into the life of the campus, things like small groups for anybody who's living in one of our residence halls. We have chapel 3 days a week. These are the routines that are ultimately going to form somebody over their time at Grace. And lest I forget, I mean, our classes, all of our students take 30 hours of Bible and theology. And so there are classes where you're going to learn more about God's Word. Now, aside from that, I would say, like, if you're coming to Grace Christian University, I'm assuming that you really want personally on a deep level to develop your faith into something that is going to be lifelong. I remember when I was in my 20s, looking at and admiring the people who were older than me, who had like just a deep, like, encyclopedic knowledge of God's Word. And I envied those people, and I said, that's what I want to be like someday. I cared about that, and yet the routines in my life didn't really support that I was on track to become that kind of person. And so I kind of realized that at one point, like, I need habits that are going to form me, that are going to help me become well-versed in God's Word. So I said, if I'm going to know God's word, I need to read it every day. If I value that and I want it to become part of my life, then as I tell our students, like, if you think that that's who you want to become, somebody who knows God's word really well, you're not going to get there without reading God's word. And so it's on you to establish some of those rhythms yourself as you go through your college experience.
It's a little bit of a twist here. We have 5 teas for Jim.
All right.
He has 5 tastings, and we're gonna see if he guesses which is which.
We have Cozy Cottage, Chamomile Mint, Orange Sugarbird, looking forward to that one, Hoopo Superfruit, and we have Cranberry Autumn Blend.
And I forgot the order, so we better get it right.
All right.
That one's cinnamon.
This is the cinnamon one right here.
It is cinnamon.
Okay. And okay, got it. Okay, I'm gonna start far left here.
All right, while you're thinking about it, we were talking more about advocating for yourself as a student. How can students advocate for themselves without feeling annoying or guilty? How can they approach this in a right avenue? Because frustrations do come as a college student. How can they do this appropriately?
Yeah, I would say see the value in it, first and foremost. You have to advocate for yourself because you likely don't have a parent or somebody else to do that for you here on campus. And so whatever the issue might be, you need to be willing to put yourself out there and connect with your instructor or the business office or somebody in student affairs, housing. And these become life skills that you need to exercise across life because you need to become somebody who advocates for themselves in whatever forum you're in. And so on the other side of that, as staff, I would say something I was mentioning earlier is that staff really genuinely, authentically want to see every student succeed. And so if we have a student who is struggling, we want them to advocate for themselves. We can't always step out and find them and connect with them to correct that. And so we hope that students are aware of their situations to the point that they're willing to advocate for themselves and connect with staff.
That's taking part of being a courageous ambassador for Christ as well.
Yeah.
Is learning how to appropriately advocate for yourself. My professors are going to watch this and laugh so hard. What does she mean by appropriate? I'm kidding.
I'm leaning towards the Orange Sugarbird on
I was
this
a
one.
great student, Jim.
And I think this is Hoopo Superfruit.
Hoopo Superfruit.
I'm not convinced. We'll see though.
Oh, he's labeling them. That's pretty smart.
Oh, I think that's the chamomile mint.
You taste a little bit of mint in there?
Yeah. Yep, got that one. We'll see how right I am. I don't know if this was part of the plan.
I don't remember the order, so.
Oh, this is the cinnamon one. I already know.
Okay, let me.
Ooh. Cranberry Autumn Blend.
So you talked about appropriately advocating for yourself and learning how to do so, but what habits do students need to unlearn fast to appropriately succeed here?
Yeah. There's lots of habits that people bring with them to college. Some of them are productive, some of them aren't. As students begin their college education, I think one of the most important habits for them to unlearn is the dependence on somebody else to carry them along. If you're coming from a home where mom and dad really supported you well, I'm very happy that you had that support throughout your K through 12 education. But now in college, you're going to need to learn that there are not necessarily schedules and templates set out for you to follow. In high school, everybody's kind of on the same schedule for the most part. You know when you're going to go to class. These decisions have been made for you. You're kind of in the rhythm of life that you hopefully go to bed on time and get up on time and follow that routine. That doesn't necessarily follow you to college. And so you at that point need to unlearn the habit of other people making these decisions for you and telling you where to go when you need to go there, and instead assume responsibility for your decisions, for the the outcomes that you're looking for, you're the one who's going to be responsible for that. And so it's taking ownership of the decisions that you make and the progress that you want to make along the way through college.
We asked 99% of them. I was just gonna.
Oh no, that's the cinnamon. That was way off.
We're rolling, right? We got that. Okay. Okay.
This must be the
I see what you're saying now.
cozy guy. That's my guess.
That's the official guess.
I think so. Honey bush.
Correct.
Wow, that is 100% correct, according to my sources, because I do not remember.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Very nice. Good job. Success.
I have a master's degree.
Great success. Oh.
Not in tea tasting, but
So, aiming more specifically towards Grace as a university, what should a freshman know before stepping into the Grace campus for the first time?
yeah, we have a team of people here who are excited to see you become a courageous ambassador for Christ. We want that more than anything for every student who steps on campus here at Grace Christian University. We want you to grow in your faith, to grow in your competence to serve Christ wherever you land and make an eternal impact for Him. And so know that staff here are here to support you. Some of us look scary sometimes, but we're not scary. We're here to help you succeed. A lot of your change, your development, and your progress as a person is going to be slow and only happens through the routines and rhythms and habits that you've established in your college experience. And so you're going to change a lot. You're going to grow a lot over 4 years. It might not always feel like it within 1 year, one semester. And roll with the punches.
But you really walk into Grace as one person, as a freshman. You walk out as a senior, as another, no matter how long it takes. Like we were mentioning earlier, 4 years, 4.5, 5 years. You really change and, like you said, roll with the punches. And it gets to a point in your senior year where you're laughing at the punches you took your freshman year. No, I laugh at a lot of my punches that I got freshman year. But it really changed me as a person. It helped me become a better human.
Yeah, just to echo something that I was saying earlier, it's show up. Please be active in the life of the community. Please go to all your classes. That's how you succeed at Grace, is you show up. And then you need to be able to laugh at yourself, kind of like as you were saying, you will look back and remember some of the dumb things that you did and hopefully be able to laugh at them in the future. You can't live being afraid of mistakes. You're going to make them. The only thing fear adds is fear. Otherwise, the mistakes are going to happen no matter what. And so I'd encourage you to also have in mind the kind of person that you want to be as you walk across the stage after 4 years at graduation. Who is that person that you want to become there? Put yourself on track with habits that are going to help you become that person. You will not suddenly flip a switch at graduation and suddenly have all the knowledge that you need for a career, suddenly have the soft skills to do an interview really well, suddenly have the interpersonal communication skills to relate to and connect with other human beings. That takes practice over time. You grow those slowly, and if you initiate those habits, that's exactly the person that you will become. So yeah, that's my encouragement.
Yeah, very nice. In Portuguese, we have this saying that actually I came to a realization my senior year of college. The way we say worried in Portuguese is actually translated literally in English as pre-worried. So you're pre-worried to go into a situation that you have no idea the outcome that you could completely succeed in. But I looked back at my years and I was like, wow, college really has people pre-worried about a lot of things, and they come out a completely different person succeeding in many different areas in life. But thank you for coming out today, Jim, trying my teas with me.
Yeah, no problem. I think my choice would be the Hoopo Superfruit. This is what I would go with.
There you go. I'll take it as a success.
Yeah.
Jim
Thank you,
doesn't
Bella.
really like tea. Thank you.
It's good.